Uh, and then so in 2020, when the derecho hit and the pandemic hit, we had an election. I summed it up as the four Ds. We had a D on a report card. We had the derecho, we had disease, we had division, and we had drought.
Mm-hmm.
We got hit with four Ds on our report card in 2020.
Yeah.
That was a rough year for all of us.
Yeah.
We're still 3 years later processing 2020.
Yep.
So is it a teachable moment? What did I learn? Well, what I learned was, one thing I learned is what we just were talking about. I don't take food for granted. Because when everything shut down, literally
mm-hmm.
in the world,
mm-hmm.
this wasn't just a local shutdown, man.
Grinding home.
The whole world stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole planet just shut down with the pandemic. We had the most divisive election in our history.
Yep.
We had drought for farmers.
Yep.
We had, so again, what were they? And then the derecho.
The derecho.
I was in the farm I was at, got destroyed. We were in the bullseye in Marion, Iowa. I lost thousands of trees, chickens. The roads were closed for 2 weeks, no water, blah, blah, blah. And there's a moment where I've had a couple of them in my life
mm-hmm.
where events happen and you gotta just sit down and or whatever, just like stop and go, where am I going to get my food? Okay, it ain't coming from California and Texas and Florida and Ontario and Mexico and China right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I, as a local grower, take this lesson, a jarring lesson, a wake-up call, hopefully,
mm-hmm.
that if that didn't teach me anything, it was we need to grow and buy more of it here.
Yeah.
Here. That's not isolationist. It's just taking care of our own, taking care of basic needs, not assuming that all this food is going to come from somewhere else magically.
Sure.
Because it might not. So what y'all going to do? And what I'm going to do is the last. So that's my story. The only piece of advice, I don't have advice necessarily. All I can do, well, actually, I kind of have some. I said some about the advice of lobbyists going to D.C. on the farm, but I could talk about that till the cows come home. But ultimately, when we wrap this up, Coy, all I can do is just model behavior.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is just get on my hands and knees and garden.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know I can do. Okay? Whether that plants a seed of awareness in someone else or not, to consider doing that, fine. That's frosting on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to build from the ground up. No pun intended again. Where I need to just, and I challenge all of us to find that thing in your life, whatever it is that you're passionate about, that's hopefully a healthy passion, to really get up every day and challenge yourself to build that stronger every day for as long as we're blessed to have time on this earth. Just get up and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just model your behavior that is kind and peaceful and healthy,
mm-hmm.
and call it a life. And stop worrying about stuff you can't control, if you can even identify what those things are, but focus on what you can control. And even the things that you may control now, that might change too. But you got to adapt to those changes.
Yeah.
And we all need to eat. I'll just wrap it up by saying, this is what I talk about this in my classes. Where is the Venn diagram? Where is the common ground? Sometimes I don't know anymore. When we can't agree on what a fact is, blah, blah, blah. just such toxic
Mhm.
divisive, right? Well, we all eat. We all eat food. Can we start there? Can we start with just an acknowledgement that wherever you're coming from, whatever belief system or worldview or value system you have, we can fight about that. We do. I'm exhausted with that at a certain point. I'll engage you, but at a certain point, can we just share a meal together? Can we break bread together and just sit down and eat and find that, oh, we just did find something we both agree on. We both need to eat some food right now instead of fighting. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Just break bread together and focus on food.
And model the behavior that you like to see.
That's right.
That's right.
That's all you can do.
That's cool. Scott Koepke, Garden
Coy Jackson.
Outreach. Thanks, man.
Health coach, right here. Right here. Right here. You be your own health coach, ultimately. We can do what we can do, but it's your life. Live it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Scott. I
All right,
appreciate
buddy.
it, man.
You too.